The idea kind of occurred to us, I don't know, about 2.5 years ago. You know, I went and did a meet and greet and toured the Navy Hospital and the Army Hospital in D.C., Bethesda and Walter Reed. Met a bunch of the soldiers that were residents there, right, you know, coming back from the war, both Afghanistan and Iraq, and many of them, you know, missing appendages, you know, kind of made that ultimate sacrifice for freedom, democracy, and all those sorts of things that our country stands for. And to a man, every single one was very, very patriotic, felt like they were doing their job, doing the right thing. And astonishingly, many of them couldn't wait to get their prosthetics and hopefully be allowed to go back.
Yeah.
Because their, you know, their fellow platoon guys and soldiers were there still, and they were so upbeat and so willing to share their stories that you didn't really have time to be overwhelmed by what you were seeing. You know, and some of those guys that had 18, 19, 20 surgeries just to kind of get their stuff back to functioning. And the thing that occurred to me and my wife was, you know, how's that guy going to go and get back into our society and support his family and you know, continue to be a contributing member here, you know, here in the U.S. after making the sacrifice that he's made. And not only were we not allowed to have cameras or anybody in there because of the things that were being seen and the privacy issues and all that, but I think there was a you know, a media issue involved too. That you know, if people saw that sort of thing, they would be rioting in the streets trying to stop the war. And I didn't really care what your political affiliations were or what you thought about the war. I was just kind of wanted to do something that was pro-soldier. It was pro these guys that are doing their jobs, and you know, 18, 19, 20-year-old kids running around representing this nation's doctrine and doing a pretty stellar job of it. So we decided to come up with, you know, do some events, you know, raise some awareness, and hopefully raise some funds through the foundation. You know, filed for nonprofit and all those things 2 years ago, and we've had, I think, 6 events now, and it's been going pretty well. We've had some great events, and now the UFC has come around and got on board and is doing their own thing to fight for the troops and that sort of thing. And they were supportive of me when I was trying to push them to do that a couple years ago. You know, they supported me and Rich going to Iraq and being on the ground there with a bunch of the guys. They actually supported that trip to Walter Reed and Bethesda, gave us a bunch of hats and DVDs and care packages for those soldiers, and now they've kind of stepped up again.
What kind of events? I think I saw something about like a golf tournament, or was it a golf tournament for that foundation that you started?
Yeah, we did. We've done golf tournaments, poker tournaments. We did a 5K run. Had a whole unit of military come and run in the run, and several of the guys that were wounded. One of the guys was actually blind from the war, ran in the run.
Wow.
And I'm like, I don't even want to run a 5K. I'm not built for running, but not that kind of running anyway. And you know, so we've had several events. We had a poker run on motorcycles. We've done several things, and we're going to continue to do things in our small way to hopefully, you know, shed some light on what these guys have done and their sacrifice, and hopefully we'll continue to raise some more money that we can then donate to the various foundations and some of the soldiers for their specific needs to help them keep moving.